Science professor Jason Johnson has consulted for both sides, and he joins us now, sleepy because he did stay up late for you. So, if you were consulting with each candidate this morning, what would you tell each one to do?
I would say Mitt Romney needs to continue on this tack. Look, when you're the challenger, you got to be aggressive. If I was Barack Obama's campaign manager, I would say, look, this is perfectly fine. We've got another debate going, and we're still ahead in the polls. So I think both sides have things to be happy about, even if that's not how it's going to be reported for the next 24 hours.
Okay, but yeah, most pundits, besides yourself, would say that Mitt Romney looked strong and the president looked flat. That's what I'm hearing this morning. Why are you different?
You know, it's interesting because I think Mitt Romney looked like what I expected him to look like. When you're the challenger and you're behind, you got to come out punching. And I think a lot of Democrats, I don't know, I think Democrats in general, my Democratic friends are jumping off buildings right now. They're chicken little, like, oh my God, we lost. I was like, what do you expect him to come off the podium with the people's elbow? I mean, he's the president. He's not going to be that aggressive.
Okay, why is it that he's not coming across more aggressive then? You said because he's the president. So what's that have to do with it?
Right. One, when you're the president and you're in the lead, you never actually want to be the aggressor. It was good for Romney to be the aggressor because he's behind and he's the challenger. He's got to prove not only Obama's not doing a good job, but I can do a better job. But ultimately, it's also his personality. So I think they both played the type. I don't know why people are surprised at the performances.
Okay. Now, I'll tell you what, this was all about math and numbers and blah, blah, blah. What can we take away from the debate? Maybe three things?
I'd say probably the most important thing is there is a real contrast. There shouldn't be anybody out there who thinks, oh, these guys are both the same. No, Barack Obama has a clear plan. This is what I think should be happening. This is what I'm going to do. Mitt Romney has another plan. I think the second thing is this. Try to, and I did this last night, don't watch the commentary. I thought it was really interesting that the fourth most Googled thing after last night's debate was who won the debate. Look, if you're an American voter, decide for yourself based on what they said, not what people like me say, to be perfectly honest with you.
You're just telling people not to listen to you. Do you realize that?
I know, exactly. but I think it's key because it's what we're supposed to do as American citizens. I think the last thing is it proves that this is really a race. It was never really over. I knew it was going to tighten up. And I think that's a third takeaway. I think people should really re-engage in the process if they haven't so far.
All right. Jason Johnson, thank you.
Thank you.
Sounding very different than the other pundits that I did listen to. And this is just the beginning, right? The vice presidential candidates, they square off in Kentucky next Thursday. Then there's a town hall style meeting, presidential debate in Hampstead, New York on the 16th, or is that the 18th? And then the last presidential debate will be in Boca Raton, Florida, October 22nd. Now that one will focus on foreign policy.